2, the vacated featherweight amateur title will be filled. Matt Vigil, fighting out of the elite team of Advantage Martial Arts, comes in at 4-2. He will take on the youngest fighter to ever fight for a kickdown title, 19-year-old Logan Petro, fighting out of the Gambare Fight Club and trained by Brad Anderson. Right here, right now, Matt Vigil, Logan Petro for the kickdown featherweight title. And so we have arrived at the featherweight kickdown title, Matt Vigil and Logan Petro. And here we go, they touch gloves, and we are off 3 3-minute rounds. It's Petro in the black and red trunks, the sprawl trunks, and Matt Vigil in the silver and red trunks.
These guys know that there's a lot on the line. They're kind of stepping back, feeling out the action here to get things started, trying to judge the distance a little bit. Nobody's super committed to anything yet, just sort of the feeling out process. Sometimes you see that in a title bout because there's just so much on the line for these guys. Logan Petro coming to us. He's got the star tattoos on his chest. He's the youngest ever to contest for a kickdown title.
And we would mark that. Robert Simmons fought for it in the professional ranks. These are the amateur elimination ranks. Boy, JR, I really like how the people at Gambare do that wing block and keep those hands up. It's pretty impressive. And a big shot lands by Petro, and it's Vigil who rebounds.
Yeah, Vigil had his head snapped back there, but he recovered nicely. He's trying to loop an arm over, look for head control, trying to stuff the takedown. Petro goes for this. He's Vigil's gonna try to end up in guard with the guillotine, but Petro wisely lets go of the takedown in order to free his head. Locked up against the cage, and it's Vigil with some knees now.
Hey, good little bout with some Muay Thai clinch right here in the first round, and both fighters jockeying for position, and a nice technique by Matt Vigil, taking the leg around to the back, and now it's Petro that looks to try to take him down to the ground, but Vigil reverses him in the clinch, JR.
And Vigil, with his back against the cage, was able to land good knees. He's got a little more free space here, so look for him to land even harder knees if he can. Goes for the head control takedown, but Petro able to pop his head out, and he's going for back control here. He was a little bit high there. Vigil exploits it. He's got really good wrestling. We've seen it before, and he ends up in the guard of Petro. Starting to land some elbows, and Petro immediately looking for a submission. He's got the arm, he's got the leg over. Lets it go.
JR, he gave up on it. I don't know why. It seemed like he could have landed that, and now Vigil is right where he wants to be as a wrestler. He loves to be in this position.
And we've seen him exploit this position many a time, Steve. He's always able to get off with some decent ground and pound, but Petro off of his back doing a good job controlling the wrists and the head, not allowing Vigil to posture up and land the elbows that he's so well known for. And again, we've got Petro searching for a submission. Vigil listening to his corner. They told him to bring him over into the cage, but there's only 10 seconds left. So I think Vigil's going to flurry with some ground and pound here to finish it.
Now Vigil gets turned, and this first round has come to an end right here for the kickdown featherweight amateur title.
Seconds out for round number 2. We were treated to a good deal of action to start off round number 1. Both these guys looking like they're in good condition. Neither one of them seemingly gassed at all. I think we're going to see the same kind of pace for round number 2, Steve.
JR, it seemed like a pretty even round to open this title fight. Petro, again, there's a spinning sidekick attempt. Vigil steps out of the way of it, and a good leg kick by Logan Petro. And now he looks like he's building confidence. Look at the look on his face, JR.
Very composed, but very good look of determination and intent on his face there. That leg kick that he threw was really a good one. And Vigil being a wrestler, that might take away a little bit of a shot if Petro can get off some more of those. And Petro rocks Vigil again.
Just what you'd want in a title bout. A very evenly matched, competitive fight here, and a good front kick attempt by Logan Petro, who is well above his talent in years. Really, JR, he possesses so much talent at just 19. Who knows where he will go in mixed martial arts?
really showing good things at such a young age, fighting for a title already. He's going to be someone to watch in the future, no doubt. Vigil already has a good name for himself, and Petro looking to make a name off of Vigil. Nice inside leg kick by Petro. A little bit of feeling out again, kind of where we started round number one. See if these guys pick up the pace here. Good action on the ground and against the cage when that happened in round number one. A spinning back fist by Petro. Vigil takes the well and ends up in the guard.
He goes body to the head now, and would you say that the spinning back fist backfired, JR?
I would think so, because he was good off of his back in the round number one, but he would like to have had a better position than where he is right now.
Petro now works from the bottom, and we know this. His ground skills will be adequate, but can he manhandle a wrestler like Matt Vigil, who is 4-2 and very, very much prowess in the spot he's in?
Good elbow shots off the bottom by Petro, sort of short little chopping elbows. But Petro is doing a good job listening to his corner, Vigil stacking Petro up against the cage, starting to jackhammer with some punches now. Good elbows to the body there by Vigil, mixing it up nicely, going body and head.
Defending very well. I have to wonder when Curtis Thrasher might step in, JR, and maybe look at standing these fighters up.
Vigil not really improving position. He's been active with strikes, but nothing that's landed much damage so far, so the referee might stand this up if we don't see a little more action. But both these guys looking good so far. This is where they were through a lot of round number one, and now we see a flurry out of Vigil trying to land strong elbows, and he does just that. There's the bell to end round number two. We get to go to the championship round, Steve.
Yeah, good bout so far, JR, for this featherweight title. And I see this fight right now as pretty much even. Would you call it that way?
Even with maybe a slight advantage to Vigil, especially with that flurry that he landed at the end of round number two.
Very good, and we have to wonder how the judges see it. But as we made mention, and we've done it so many, many times before, J.R. Gordon, the championship rounds, we will determine the champion right here, right now, in the next 3 minutes. In Colorado, there is no overtime in an elimination bout. So whoever wins this one, if this bout should be tied, then they go to the judges' scorecards. We will see how it shakes down. Seconds out to start this third and final round. Steve Alley, glad to be joined by J.R. Gordon, cage side, and the bell sounds, they touch gloves. Last round, we will see what happens here.
Good action through rounds 1 and 2. You said maybe Vigil with the slight advantage. Round 3 starting off exactly like the first 2 rounds did, a little bit of feeling out the distance process. We'll see if it ends up with ground action like rounds 1 and 2 did.
The corners of Matt Vigil shouting out, throw the low inside leg kick, but it hadn't happened yet. Front kick attempt by Petro in midair. Nothing happens there. They stand in the center of the cage of combat. Right here, and a big leg kick by Petro lands, and they go back to the center again. A hook attempt by Matt Vigil. What needs to happen here?
Well, the referee implored these fighters to give the fans some action, and a little bit of a flurry there doing exactly that. But somebody's got to really commit to their technique. What I'm seeing a little bit with Petro is he goes in for a strike, but he's immediately trying to back out, so he's only getting 1, maybe 2 shots at a time. Vigil, I'm surprised we haven't seen him shoot more because he's got really outstanding takedowns. We've seen it in some of his previous fights.
Looks like he's setting up for it, JR. Looks like, oh, there's the setup, and then he goes and takes him down.
You called it, Steve. He was wanting that takedown. As soon as Petro lifted that leg up, Vigil went and got the takedown. Now he's really going to try to flurry with the ground and pound. But Petro, good job walking his feet up the cage, trying to set up the armbar or triangle there. He's working a bit of a high guard now. Vigil staying committed to the ground and pound, not looking for a submission at all.
Petro could be in a little bit of trouble here. This fight is so close right now. We will see what determination this has on the judges' scorecards. I believe Petros needs to get out of here, JR.
Yeah, he's eaten a lot of shots there. Not anything that's really rocked him so far as we can tell from over here. but he's definitely getting behind farther and farther on the scorecards as he takes more and more of those shots. And Vigil seemingly doesn't care at all about a submission. He's just happy to pound his way to victory here.
And that is his forte. He tries to work and smother a fighter in wrestler's prowess, and he's doing a little bit of that right here in this fight.
Petro trying to control the wrists and the head from the bottom. He wants to gain a little bit of advantage there by swinging that leg over the neck. He had it over, but Vigil had his elbow in nicely tucked, and now Vigil with an even little better position. He's past half guard. Now he's really going to light him up with elbows, Steve.
And you can hear the fans rising to the occasion as both fighters try to work. It was Vigil who landed a couple of forearms, and we've got just 10 seconds in this title fight. Let's see how it finishes right here in the Mile High City of Denver.
Just like round number 2 ended, Vigil on top, swinging away, trying to garner the judge's favor. We're going to go up into the cage. Steve Alley will give us the official announcement in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, give these two warriors a huge hand. We go now to the judges' scorecards. Judge Mark Van Tine scores the bout 29-28. Judge Jerome Locke scores the bout 30-27. And Judge Ron Mann scores the bout 30-27, declaring the winner and new kickdown featherweight champion, Matt Vigil. How about a hand for Logan Petro?